I thought I'd show you why you should be shimming your kicker shaft. This is a pretty common amount of play. I measured it, it's 50 thousandths. When we shift it into first gear, we've got that much space between the gears. If we add a shim in here and reduce this down to about 5 thousandths or so, see how it closes up the gap between those two gears? You have that much more engagement. And now I don't know why they say it has anything to do with putting a roller bearing in here. This happens to be a ball bearing. But this gear is retained by the shift fork. It's kept in position by the shift fork. This gear will move with the lay shaft. This gear will move with the lay shaft. So if the lay shaft moves back and forth, it's going to change where these teeth mesh slightly. It's not going to change the problem area, which is first gear here. So when you add a shim here and move this over, of course it moves up again the end of the lay shaft, and then it takes the play out of the lay shaft. Anyway, and by the way, this is one of the tighter transmissions. I have seen some transmissions where the tolerance stack-ups or maybe a slightly bent fork or other problems is causing this gear to only be engaged by maybe a 1/16 of an inch. This one is engaged by about 100 thousandths without a shim. If I add about 40 or 45 thousandths worth of shim, then it will be engaged by 140 or 145 thousandths. If you're concerned about the mesh of these gears, when that's engaged, it's going to keep the lay shaft from moving very far, even without a shim. And there's plenty of engagement depth here. Here is the new roller bearing from Andover. Even says Super Blend. As you can see, it's a shouldered bearing. It's the same width as the ball bearing. So with the shoulder, there's no way the lay shaft could move any farther toward the drive side here. If this were not shimmed, it would allow the lay shaft to float over a little bit. But there again, it really is not going to affect anything. But you should certainly add a shim here. Thanks for watching.